On my wedding day, I turn away Xander Xiao, the Duke's heir who comes to steal me from my bridal sedan. I choose to marry Jade Jiang instead, my quiet, steady, soon-to-be husband. In my past life, I was secretly in love with Xander for 10 years. When he crashed my wedding, I thought it was fate. I lifted the curtain and ran, but after we married, he treated me like an object. Every single day, he forced me to drink a fertility-blocking tonic. He ground me down slowly until there was nothing left of me. Only when I was dying did I finally learn the truth. That dramatic wedding kidnapping that shocked the entire capital, it was nothing but a stupid bet. The woman he truly loved was forced into a distant marriage because of that stunt, and she died in childbirth. He blamed me for all of it. He hated me for an entire lifetime, and he made me pay for every single day of it. But that was then. Right now, the crack of whips fills the air. The sound of hoofbeats thunders outside. My handmaid Kala presses close to the sedan window and whispers, "My lady, 2 men are blocking the road. Looks like a kidnapping." The commotion settles. Then a lazy, cocky male voice calls out, "Miss Shen, the Duke's heir and I are here to escort your sedan, so which one of us do you want?" I grip my red bridal veil tightly. Before I can say a word, Xander is already distancing himself. "Come on," he says. "I know you like Miss Shen. I'm just here as backup. Don't drag me into this. You'll give her the wrong idea." Blaine Bai is the youngest son of General Bai. He and Xander have been close since they were boys. He teases, "Xander, give me a break. You really think Miss Shen would pick you?" I think it over. Xander has almost certainly been reborn too. This time, he is desperate to keep his distance from me. In our past life, he and Blaine used me as a pawn. They staged a bridal kidnapping and I foolishly believed it was real. I threw everything away and ran. The whole scene was spotted by Duke Xiao, who had just returned to the capital. Xander had only meant it as a joke, but once the Duke saw it, there was no backing out. He had no choice but to go through with it. I never knew until now that Blaine had feelings for me. Thinking back carefully, every time I ran into Blaine, Xander would come to the bedroom that night and take out his anger on me. I tap softly on the sedan window and give Kala her instructions. She nods and steps forward. "My lady wants to ask you something, Blaine. Do you truly have feelings for her?" Blaine hesitates. His face goes red. "Yes, I do like her. Would she be willing to come with me?" Kala has barely opened her mouth when Xander cuts in with a cold laugh. "Miss Shen really isn't picky, is she? Looks like she'd say yes to any man who shows up today. Blaine, you might as well go home and start planning a wedding." Murmurs ripple through the crowd. I calmly tell Jade Pearl to keep going. She swallows her anger and calls out, "Excuse me, if Blaine truly wanted her, why didn't he come to our door before the wedding? Instead, he shows up to block a bridal sedan in the middle of the street, dragging her reputation through the mud. And if he fails, he'll just call it a joke to save face? Outsiders only see a scandal. His pride matters, but my lady's reputation doesn't." Blaine is left completely speechless. He stammers, "That's not I didn't." Kala ignores him and finishes what she has to say. "My lady has no intention of breaking this engagement. We kindly ask both Blaine and Lord Xander to step aside. Don't spoil her wedding day." Xander's expression shifts. He stares hard at the bridal sedan. The wedding music starts up again. I let out a long, quiet breath. This time, I am finally free from Xander. For good. But the sedan has barely been lifted when Xander shoves it from the front. I lose my balance and tumble out of the sedan. A strong arm catches me. It is Jade, my husband-to-be. I give him a small nod as a thank you. Xander yanks back his own outstretched hand and says coldly, "Lyra, you absolutely cannot marry Jade Jiang." Through the swaying beaded curtain, my eyes meet his. "What are you talking about, Lord Xander? Jade is my fiancé. Today is our wedding day. Why on earth would I not marry him?" Xander stares at me, jaw tight. "Lyra, you know exactly why." I pause. The memory surfaces Jade is going to die in less than 6 months. He is quietly dignified, honest and upright, principled and incorruptible. An official like him is a blessing for ordinary people, but he cannot survive court politics. Within a few years, he will be dragged into a corruption case, falsely convicted and left to die in prison. He has almost no family. In the end, there is no one to collect his ashes. But even knowing all this, I will not walk away again. In our past life, when I acted like a fool, Jade never said a single harsh word to me. He just looked down quietly and said, "Then I wish Miss Shen every happiness." Later, I ran into him by chance and saw bruises on his arm. He told me if I ever needed help, I could find him at the court of justice. A good man like him does not deserve that kind of death. "Lyra, are you sure about this?" Xander's voice cuts through my thoughts. I look at him steadily. "No matter what, I am marrying him." Jade's eyes flicker. He quietly tightens his fist. Xander goes dark and looks at me with a cold smirk. "Fine, just fine. I know him well enough to see he is furious. I honestly do not understand who he is even angry at. This time around, nothing is forcing him to marry me. He is free to be with the woman he truly loves. Everyone wins. I have no interest in thinking about it any further. I turn and climb back into the sedan. I think this time, things will go smoothly. But of course, something goes wrong. Just 1 second before the wedding ceremony begins, Xander storms in and uses the excuse of covering up a wrongful case to drag Jade away under arrest. He tears the wedding apart. I know this is a deliberate attack. I am about to confront him when Jade steps in front of me. "Lyra, don't worry. I have nothing to hide. Once it is investigated, nothing serious will come of it. Today has been a mess, though. If you want to call off the wedding, I will respect your decision." I watch him being taken away. The words stuck in my throat never make it out. Xander dismisses everyone else and turns his cold gaze on me. "Lyra, right now, Lord Xander, what exactly is your game? Don't play dumb with me. I know you've been reborn too. I just want you to understand something. As long as I don't agree, this marriage is not happening." I keep my face cold. "That makes even less sense to me. You have the woman you love. This time around, you can be with her. I'll marry Jade. I am doing you both a favor. What is the problem? The way you are acting right now, shameless and unreasonable. I am starting to think this is all just an act." Xander's expression shifts. He snaps back loudly. "Impossible. Lyra, don't flatter yourself." He sees the mocking look on my face and draws a sharp breath. forcing himself to stay calm. You are my woman, and you are out here trying to marry someone else. Do I not exist to you? I came up with a solution that works for everyone. After I marry Luna, I will bring you into the estate as well. Until then, don't even think about marrying anyone else. I cannot fathom where his confidence comes from. Does he really think that after everything he put me through, I would not only survive, but willingly become his secondary wife? I am about to say no, but fear holds me back. What if Xander decides to go after Jade out of spite? He takes my silence as agreement. He leans in and grabs my chin. My whole body flinches before I can stop it. He loosens his grip slightly, and something unreadable crosses his face. I get it. You're not actually going to marry Jade. You're just upset I didn't come to steal you this time. Don't be afraid. As long as you get along with Luna, I will treat you well. I won't be like before. After all, we have always been so compatible physically, at least. Just then, someone rushes in. My lord, the Duke has returned. He has urgent business for you. After he leaves, I touch my chin where he grabbed me. It is red. Rage rises in my chest, but I bury it down. Right now, I am worried sick about Jade's safety. I want to stay at his house and wait, but Reed Shen insists the wedding is not official without the ceremony and drags me home. Once I am back, I understand. He has his own plans. Word has spread that Xander and Blaine both crashed my wedding in broad daylight, and that Xander even had Jade arrested. My family assumes both men are desperately in love with me. One is the Duke's heir, the other is the favorite son of a great general. Either one is far better in their eyes than a deputy chief justice with nothing to his name. My mother grabs my arm. Lyra, listen to me. Drop Jade and choose Xander. When he eventually inherits the Duke's title, you will be the Duchess. That is the kind of luck our family could never even dream of. The Duchess. In my past life, I was the Duchess. It looked glorious from the outside, but what that life was actually like only I know. It was a pit of misery without a single ray of light. I lift my chin. I will never marry Xander. My mother's smile freezes. She pretends nothing is wrong and keeps pushing. Fine. Then choose Blaine. He is handsome and well-mannered. His father and brother have both made names for themselves. He has a bright future ahead. When I think about it carefully, Blaine is the one truly responsible for my tragic past life. Because he developed feelings for me, he pushed Xander into that bet, and I suspect he lacks the backbone to be a real partner. I say calmly but firmly, Mother, I do not want either of them. This life, I intend to marry only Jade, no one else. Absolutely not. You must choose one of them. The best choice is Xander. With the Duke's family behind us, your brother's career will be smooth sailing. Reed is a case of genuine suffering. He has dabbled in everything but mastered nothing. In this world, all it takes is powerful backing to get ahead in government. He has no idea that real skill is the only thing that holds when the storms come. Then my father turns to me, stone-faced. Lyra, marriage is not just about you. You need to think about the future of our family. I look at each of them in turn. The three people closest to me are treating me like a product to be sold for the best price. After they finish talking it over among themselves, they turn to me in unison. Lyra, find a moment to mention it to Xander. Tell him to come propose sooner rather than later. I stand up and take a slow breath. If you want to marry him so badly, go do it yourselves. I refuse. Then I put it all out of my mind. Being reborn, and I still cannot change my temper. What a waste of a second life. All I can think about is Jade. He is suffering this wrongful arrest entirely because of me. Once I find out where he is being held, I run there immediately and quietly slip a good amount of money to the guards at the gate. They still will not let me through. Miss Shen, no entry without an official pass. Can't you make an exception? I'll leave in a moment. Please, I really cannot. Don't make this difficult. While we are still talking, someone walks out from inside. It is Jade. Jade, I say happily. You're out. Did they hurt you? I look him over carefully. He looks tired, but there are no visible injuries. He glances down, notices he is still wearing his wedding robe, and says with a trace of awkwardness, I'm fine. I'm truly sorry you must have been terrified. Call me Lyra from now on. Let's talk while we walk. Of course, Lyra. And please stop calling me Deputy Chief Justice. You can call me Jade, or just... He trails off on those last two syllables, his voice dropping to almost nothing, as if he is embarrassed. I cannot hold it in. I press my lips together to hide a smile. Everyone says Jade never jokes around. They say he is stiff and serious. But on that clean, bright face of his, I catch a flicker of something soft and uncertain. We chat the whole way back. When we reach my family's front gate, we both stop at exactly the same moment. Lyra, there's something I want to say to you. Jade, I want to tell you something too. You go first. No, you go first. We both speak at the same time. I burst out laughing. Jade cannot hold it back either. The corners of his mouth curve up. It is the first time I have ever seen him genuinely smile. Those eyes that are usually so cold melt into something warm, like ice thawing in spring. Everything comes alive all at once. I am completely caught off guard. Then I snap back to my senses. A little flustered, I say, what happened to you today is entirely my fault. If you really do marry me, there will probably be more trouble ahead. If you have any regrets about this marriage, Jade says quickly, I have no regrets at all. Actually, I wanted to bring this up myself. I don't have much to offer. I've only made it to Deputy Chief Justice, and on our wedding day, I had no choice but to leave you completely alone. If you feel like you're getting a bad deal, I will be the one to call off the engagement. I look up and meet his honest eyes. I say slowly and clearly, and if I refuse to back down, then I will give everything I have to protect you. I will keep you safe for the rest of your life. I used to be all on my own, I acted rashly and never thought ahead. From now on, I will think things through. I will plan carefully. I will climb higher. I will never let anyone have that kind of power over you again. Every word lands straight in my chest, like something being carved in. My face suddenly feels hot. I say quickly, all right, I hear you. Do what feels right to you. Also, let's pick a new auspicious date for the wedding. By the time I make it back to my courtyard, the heat has finally faded from my face. How does this man manage to say things like that with such a straight face? I feel the corners of my mouth curl up before I can stop them. Happy to see me, are you? My expression goes cold in an instant. I look up. Xander is standing across from me wearing that infuriating smirk. My eyes go flat. What are you doing here? He looks insufferably pleased with himself. Your father invited me, obviously. Come on, since when do we need a middleman? Why send your father to do this? I frown. Why did my father call for you? Xander laughs. Stop pretending, please. Obviously he wants to discuss our marriage. Don't be nervous. I know you don't want to be a secondary wife. So I made a concession. I convinced Luna to agree to let me take you as my secondary consort. In half a month, when I bring Luna home, you will enter the estate on the same day. Now that my family is completely safe, I have nothing holding me back. I raise my voice. Xander, you can forget about the secondary consort position. I absolutely will not marry you. His face darkens instantly. Lyra, don't be greedy. Yes, you won't get a formal wedding ceremony this time, but for someone from your family, marrying into the Duke's estate is already punching above your weight. Unless you've been thinking about Blaine all along and you want to marry him, I keep my expression flat. I don't want to marry him either. Do I really have to choose between the two of you? The rest of what I want to say dies in my throat. Xander suddenly pulls me into his arms. He lets out a long breath, his voice going soft. Good. I knew it. You only have eyes for me. Lyra, I've been thinking about you. Then he stares straight at me and leans in to kiss me. He feels me tense up beneath his hands. What are you doing? Let go of me. I nearly gag. I swing my hand hard across his face. Xander, back off! After Xander storms away in fury, I do not see him for several days. By coincidence, the wedding date that Jade and I carefully chose turns out to be the same day Xander is marrying Luna. Proof enough that it truly is an auspicious date. My parents are completely against it. They want to break off the engagement by any means necessary, but our birth charts have already been exchanged. Jade refuses to back out, and my parents do not have the nerve to force a deputy chief justice to return them. All they can do is scheme and wait for me to end up in the Duke's estate. Jade and I say nothing. Let them scheme. Whatever joy they think is coming will turn to disappointment. Not many days later, the Grand Princess hosts the spring polo tournament. My best friend Mochi drags me along and has her eye on the prize the Grand Princess is offering. She pleads sweetly, Lyra, please, that hairpin would go perfectly with my new outfit. If you team up with me for the polo match, we will definitely win it. I look at her pouty face. I remember how this girl who loves pretty things was dragged down by her family in our past life and died on the road to exile. My heart softens. Fine, today I will make sure you get that prize. But of course, Luna is here on the opposing side. She stares at me with a strange, fixed look. I ignore her and focus on the match. But Luna is clearly targeting me. She tries to trip me up in one moment, then chases me down relentlessly the next. But her technique is truly terrible. In the end, she is the one who falls off her horse. Mochi and I take the prize. I have just picked up a pale white hairpin when I see Xander marching toward me with Luna, and it is obviously not a friendly visit. Xander glares at me. Lyra, why were you going after Luna like that? She got hurt? Are you satisfied? When did you get so petty? Was she supposed to be blind out there? I knit my brows. Lord Xander, polo comes down to skill. Bumps and falls are part of the game. If you cannot handle losing, don't show up. Luna's eyes go dim with a look of practiced sadness. She is right. It is my fault for not being skilled enough. I shouldn't have wanted that hairpin. It just looks so much like the one my mother left me. I overestimated myself and went after it. My mother's hairpin rotted away long ago. No matter how similar this one looks, it was never mine. It is all my fault. Xander, let's just go. Every word drips with wounded feeling. Xander's eyes instantly fill with concern. He turns to me with a hard expression. Lyra, did you not hear her? Give the hairpin to Luna. I hold my ground. I do not move. Xander's anger twists into a cold laugh. He steps toward me, his tall frame pressing down like a threat. My chest tightens. The memory of being pinned down and helpless in my past life rushes back the humiliation. The rage, it all rises at once. My vision goes red. Xander, I say loudly, are you seriously going to force me again? My sudden outburst stops him cold. Something flickers in his expression. He stops and says slowly, no, I am asking you. I keep my face stone cold and throw back 4 words. There is nothing to discuss. Lyra, why are you being so unreasonable? I shove the hairpin into Mochi's hand. Mochi, go get the Grand Princess to settle this. Let her decide whether a prize we fairly won should just be handed over to Lord Xander because he asked nicely. Mochi gives a tense nod and sprints off. Xander tries to stop her, but he is too late. This is ridiculous. You would bother the Grand Princess over something this trivial? The Grand Princess once helped the Emperor secure the throne. She holds the Emperor's deep respect. If she finds out that the Duke's own heir is trying to take back a prize she offered in her own tournament, she will not just be annoyed, the Duke's entire reputation will be in ruins. Luna watches his expression darken and gently soothes him. Xander, calm down first. Lyra is pushing back so hard because she resents me becoming your first wife. While she can only be a secondary consort, she feels humiliated. But honestly, it just means she still cares about you. We have so much time ahead of us. I believe she will eventually let go of her resentment toward me. Let it go for now. Xander, let's head home. Xander's face is dark. He shoots me a cold look. Lyra, whatever grudge you are carrying, understand this Luna is everything to me. If you ever dare to hurt her, I will not let it go. And you do not want to suffer the same pain twice. He is trying to scare me. But this life, I I am not walking into that fire again. Once they leave, Mochi comes running back. Only then do I come back to myself. My back is soaked with cold sweat. Lyra, are you okay? You look so pale. The Grand Princess had already left. I couldn't find her. Did those two bully you? I smile. I'm fine. I scared them off. Good. Even a lord cannot just do whatever he wants. Someone will always be able to put him in his place. Exactly. He is just an heir. Nothing more. On the way home, I run into Blaine. He has clearly been waiting for me. When he spots me, he hurries over with a look of genuine remorse. I'm truly sorry, Miss Shen. What I did last time was wrong. I owe you an apology. I know it cannot undo the harm I caused. I only hope that if you ever need anything from me, you will not hesitate to ask. I will do whatever it takes. I watch him bow deeply. My mind goes to the image of his father and brother dying on the battlefield in my past life. I cannot stop myself from saying something. Blaine, I just ask that you hear me out. Your father and brother love you. They have kept you safe here in the capital, but war is 1 chance in 10 of survival. If something happens to them and everyone looks to you, have you ever honestly asked yourself what you have to offer? A long time. Xander's wedding day is drawing closer. My family is cheerfully planning to hand me off to Xander. Out of spite for what happened last time, he wants to humiliate me. He sends not even a single betrothal gift to my family. Meanwhile, Jade is run off his feet. Even when he comes to see me, he is rushing. A few days later, the day of Xander's wedding to Luna arrives. It is also the day of my wedding with Jade. I put on my red wedding robe and do my makeup in the mirror. Swallow leans close to my ear and whispers, "Everything on Jade's end is taken care of." He says to tell you not to worry. I nod. When I think about Jade, I feel a strange flutter of nerves. My original plan was simple. Xander would be busy with his own bride and would not personally come to escort me. We would just quietly swap things around midway, and no one would notice. But Jade absolutely refused. Lyra, I want to marry you the right way, out in the open. Don't be afraid, I have everything handled. A maid bursts in from outside, excited. My lady, the groom is here. I get up and walk to the front gate. I have walked this hallway countless times, but today it feels impossibly long. When my parents see it is Jade, their faces go dark. Our daughter's engagement with you was called off long ago. She is about to marry into the Duke's estate. Take your people and leave. The Duke's escort party is almost here. Don't block the road. Every eye snaps to Jade. He is completely calm. His voice is clear and steady. With respect, I have already delivered all the betrothal gifts. Our birth charts have been exchanged. A one-sided cancellation is not valid. Our wedding was interrupted by outside interference. Today, I am here to complete it properly. I respectfully ask for your blessing. Foolish Jade is being snaps at him. What gives you the right to go up against the Duke's heir? Do yourself a favor, you and my sister are not meant to be. Don't stand in the way of her good fortune. I have barely stepped out the door when I hear my whole family arguing. I am about to speak up for Jade when he catches my eye and gives me a playful wink. Then, completely unhurried, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out an imperial decree from the Empress herself. The union of man and woman is the foundation of a stable realm. Our loyal official Jade Jiang, distinguished in service, honest and upright in character. Miss Lyra Shen of the Shen family, gentle and virtuous, intelligent and kind, of excellent moral character. This union is hereby approved. A wedding date shall be selected accordingly. My parents take the decree, their faces white as paper. We will comply. They no longer dare to stand in the way. They force smiles and send me into the bridal sedan. Now I finally understand. All those days he was burning the candle at both ends. He was helping the Empress unravel a case. The Empress's nephew got drunk and assaulted someone. It was not supposed to be fatal, but the victim died mysteriously the next day. Jade tracked down the real killer, cleared the nephew's name, and dismantled a coordinated attack on the Empress and Crown Prince by a faction of officials. When the Empress offered a great reward, he asked only for this marriage to me. As a gesture of gratitude, she sent people to add to my dowry. Just as Jade promised, he came to marry me with full ceremony and celebration. Xander finally gets to marry Luna, making up for what was lost in their past life. It should be a happy moment, but his mind keeps drifting. He thinks of how Lyra looked in red in their past life, her waist so slender, one arm could circle it completely, how she trembled slightly when she held her red bridal veil, how that veil was nothing elaborate, just a swaying curtain of beads that let him see her bright, joyful eyes sparkling underneath. My lord, the ceremony is starting. You are staring at the bride. Xander jolts back to reality. He reminds himself that Luna, the girl he has loved since childhood, is right beside him. He should be present, but his mind refuses to cooperate. It keeps drifting back to Lyra. Everyone is focused on the ceremony between him and Luna. No one has a moment to think about Lyra. She was supposed to enter the estate as a secondary consort today, with no formal banquet, no celebration, just carried quietly to a room to sit alone and wait. She must be miserable. Would she cry? The thought of her in tears sends an unexpected wave of irritation through Xander. He realizes he genuinely misses Lyra. He tells himself he will slip away to find her after the ceremony, but tonight belongs to Luna. He cannot go. Xander feels a quiet sting of disappointment. His steps toward Lyra's courtyard grow faster. Red ribbons hang everywhere in the yard, but the place is silent, as if no one lives there. He hates this kind of silence. He did not even think to instruct his attendant to send servants over. From now on, no one is to neglect her. His attendant stares at his back, completely confused. There is literally no one in this courtyard. Does his lord not realize? The attendant opens his mouth to say something, but Xander is already striding ahead, impatient. The attendant scrambles after him. Xander stops at the bedroom door. He catches his breath and thinks to himself, if Lyra turns out to be too clingy, staying here with her tonight would not be so bad after all. Having made up his mind, a smile creeps onto his face, one he cannot quite hide. He reaches out and pushes the door open. Lyra. He goes completely still. Every trace of hope drains from his eyes. The room is empty. Where is Lyra? His attendant arrives out of breath. My lord, there is no secondary consort here. The men assigned to watch her have reported that she was taken by the Empress. Xander's face shifts in an instant. Why was I not told? Meanwhile, Jade and I are married without a single hitch. After we drink from the wedding cup, he carefully tucks the small sachet hidden in my hair safely back into place. Then a flush spreads across his cheeks as he looks at me, awkward and uncertain. Lyra, you look beautiful today. I feel my own shyness rising. I know, wait, that's not what I meant. I meant it's getting dark. The bed curtain falls closed. Jade's gaze burns warm across my skin. I swallow nervously and whisper, be gentle. I'm scared. Okay. His touch is impossibly light, like a feather grazing somewhere tender. There is nowhere to escape it, nowhere to run. Like a small boat drifting into gentle water, rocking softly without end. My tears dry and fall again, and I lose count of how many times I hear him say, Lyra, you look even more beautiful when you cry. Until finally I can hold on no longer. I drift off to sleep. Jade's household is simple. There is a cook, a lame old gatekeeper, and the young attendant who has been with him since childhood. I bring a few maids as part of my dowry, which makes the place feel a little livelier. There are blessedly few pointless rules. I sleep until the sun is high before I feel rested. A maid has been hovering outside the door. The moment she sees I am awake, she says, my lady, something is wrong. Lord Xander is here. The master is holding him off. He looks like he has lost his mind. He demands to see you. Once I am washed and dressed, I walk into the main hall. Xander and Jade are locked in a silent standoff. When they see me, both reach out a hand at the same time. Darling, you're up. Are you hungry? Lyra, did someone force you into this marriage? I turn to Jade and take his hand. Thinking about last night, I feel my face grow warm. I slept in. Sorry for making you wait. Don't apologize. My wife had a long night. Xander watches us and his eyes go red with anger. Lyra, we had an agreement. You were supposed to be my secondary consort. How dare you marry someone else? I stare at him. Cold as ice. Lord Xander, that was entirely in your head. I never agreed to anything, and I told you long ago I will never marry you. My husband and I haven't eaten yet. Please leave. His face darkens and he shouts, Lyra, come back with me. I am your husband. You love me. Have you forgotten what happened in our past life? I do not want Jade to hear any of this. I cut him off sharply. Xander, this marriage was arranged by the Empress herself. If you disagree, you are welcome to go to the palace and take it up with her, and I feel absolutely nothing for you. I would rather be strangers and never cross paths again. You have the woman you love. I have my husband. Please stop bothering us. Xander goes pale. He stares hard into my eyes, searching for a lie. He finds none. After a long silence, he grits his teeth. I don't care. I will not stop. Lyra, you belong to me. No one will take you from me. I will make Jade's fate 10 times worse than last time. I will wait for you to come crawling back. After Xander leaves, Jade puts his arm gently around me and leads me to eat. About what just happened, he must have so many questions, but he asks nothing. I think about Xander's words and feel a prickle of fear. Jade, I'm worried Xander will come after you. The warmth on Jade's usually serious face is impossible to hide. Lyra, don't worry. Your husband is not so easy to push around. I have a plan. I'll be careful. Whatever you want to tell me, you can tell me. Whatever you don't have to. All I want is for you to be happy every day and come home to me. I quickly bow my head and focus on my food, hiding the tears that are threatening to fall, but the corners of my mouth curl up despite everything. Then I think about the uprising that is coming, the one that will shake the entire country. So many officials will be imprisoned. Not only will Jade die in prison under a false charge, Mochi's entire family will be destroyed along with him. I cannot stop the dread from creeping in. Xander has tried to sabotage Jade at court multiple times, but Jade is meticulous. There is never anything to catch. On top of that, he has shed his old rigid stubbornness. He has grown much closer with his colleagues, and just last month, he happened to do the Empress a favor. The Crown Prince already believed in him. Now that Jade has become more politically savvy, the prince is even more eager to bring him close. Jade reads court dynamics with sharp clarity. Using nothing but his own intelligence and ability, he quickly becomes one of the Crown Prince's most trusted men, putting him in direct opposition to Imperial Consort Xiao and the Duke's family, who back the third prince. Taking Jade down is no small task. The petty little moves Xander pulls barely leave a scratch. It makes him more and more irritable. Even Luna cannot hold his temper. Whenever he crosses my path, he looks at me like a hungry wolf, pure, raw obsession. I know he is waiting for the right moment to strike. That moment comes soon enough. A few months later, enemy forces attack the border. They secretly burn half of our army's grain supply. General Bai, stationed at the front, holds the line and sends an urgent plea to the capital for more grain. Tens of thousands of soldiers' lives hang in the balance, and someone is already scheming to exploit it. In my past life, not a single grain reached the border troops. The funds were secretly swapped out, replaced with sand and bones. With no food supply, the army collapsed. General Bai and his son died on the battlefield alongside countless soldiers. The enemy pushed deep into our territory, left civilians dead across the land, and seized 3 cities before emergency reinforcements finally stopped them. When the grain sabotage came to light in the capital, the emperor was furious and demanded a full investigation. The trail led straight to the Crown Prince. A treasury official left a written confession in blood, crying that the Crown Prince had ordered him to embezzle the grain funds. Horrified by the catastrophe that followed, the official said he could not live with himself and slit his own throat. The Crown Prince had no way to defend himself. The third prince, sensing sensing his moment, seized the opportunity and produced carefully prepared evidence to cement the Crown Prince's guilt. Jade discovered something was wrong, reported it immediately, and demanded a reinvestigation. But he was framed for poisoning and thrown into prison, where he was secretly poisoned. The Crown Prince was stripped of his title. The Empress was sent to the Cold Palace. Officials aligned with the Crown Prince were executed or exiled. The third prince became the new Crown Prince. Now Xander wants to run the same play as last time, but I will not let him win again. The court has received the urgent dispatch from the border. The Crown Prince takes charge at once. He oversees the supply and grain arrangements. Blaine volunteers to go to the front lines himself. He wants to personally deliver the grain into his father's and brother's hands. Every official is consumed by the grain crisis. Jade has not come home in days, afraid he is too busy to eat. I cook and bring him lunch every day. One afternoon, I walk out and run straight into Xander. He blocks my path, his eyes fixed on me like a snake about to strike. Lyra, you bring that man food every single day. You really like him that much? I keep my face flat. Of course I do. He is my husband. He is waiting for me right now. I don't have time for this. I step around him to leave. He grabs my wrist and holds on hard. His voice goes cold and vicious. In a few days, that useless man is finished. You will be mine, Lyra. Let's see where you run when that day comes. Xander, you sound like a mad dog. Back off. Xander licks his lips, his eyes burning with excitement and hunger as he watches me walk away. I let a slow smile spread across my face. Xander, your karma is almost here. A few days pass. Couriers work around the clock moving supplies and smuggling intelligence back from the front lines. The grain reaches the troops in time. Our army wins decisively. The enemy is pushed back 30 miles. Everyone erupts with joy. We did it. We won. The third prince and Xander go white as paper. The Crown Prince sweeps his gaze over them, expression hard. Your Majesty, while overseeing the grain transport, I discovered that a treasury official was attempting to secretly embezzle the funds and replace the army's desperately needed grain supply. To avoid tipping him off, I had him quietly watched. Yesterday, when his behavior changed, I handed him over to Deputy Chief Justice Jade Jiang for questioning. Jade steps forward, chest out, back straight, expression grave. I report the following. The treasury official confessed everything. His son had been taken hostage by the third prince, leaving him no choice but to follow orders from the third prince and Lord Xander. He swapped the grain supply in secret and framed the Crown Prince. The court officials are stunned. In an instant, they all see it clearly. This scheme was not just corrupt, it endangered the entire nation. The third prince cannot hide his panic. He shouts, "This is complete nonsense. How can anyone believe the word of one man? I could just as easily say Jade set me up." Jade does not even blink. He pulls out several reports, completely unhurried. Your Majesty, this official has evidence to present. We have recovered from the treasury official's own home a pre-written document designed to frame the Crown Prince. His son has also been found at the third prince's residence. There is additional witness testimony and physical evidence. Please review it yourself. The evidence is ironclad. The Emperor's fury is absolute. He orders a full investigation. Anyone connected to this conspiracy is to be severely punished. The third prince is dragged away. His eyes go wide and he screams like a man who has lost his mind. This is wrong. This is not how it was supposed to go. I was supposed to be the winner. Jade Jiang, this is your fault. You married Lyra and she changed everything. You ruined me. When Xander is in prison, I go to see him once. The moment he sees me, his eyes go red and he roars, "Lyra, we were husband and wife for an entire lifetime. All those years between us, how could you do this to me? How dare you? How dare you?" I look at him bloody, broken, pathetic, and I laugh out loud. How dare I? Because I came here for revenge. Do not talk to me about a lifetime of marriage. That was a lifetime of you tormenting me. How does it feel, like a piece of meat on a cutting board? Xander actually asks the most foolish question imaginable. Lyra, do you resent me? I laugh coldly. You kidnapped me from my own wedding and then blamed me for the death of the woman you loved. You put all of that on me. After everything you put me through, how could I not hate you with everything I have? Xander, I wish I could have killed you myself. He is silent for a moment. Then he says, but I made you the Duchess. I looked after your family. Lyra, you loved me once. I had feelings for you too. I handled it all wrong. That was me being blind, I say flatly. Being loved by someone like you, that is something I am disgusted by. Xander shouts at my back, "Don't go! Lyra, don't leave! Come back!" The whole affair wraps up within days. Finally, it is truly over. The third prince is imprisoned for life. Xander is locked in the Imperial clan court. Other members of his faction are executed or exiled. They say that before his sentencing, Xander kept screaming my name over and over, saying things no one could understand, the ramblings of a broken man. He desperately searched for a trace of me in every room, until the very end, still unable to let go. Once the front lines go completely quiet, Blaine returns to the capital. He spots me out walking with Mochi and bows deeply. Lyra, thank you so much for what you said. After that day, I went home and thought hard for a long time. I finally saw how foolish I had been, and what I was actually supposed to do with my life. Months of fighting on the front lines have knocked every bit of his old entitled softness out of him. In its place is something solid, the toughness of a real soldier. I smile and give a small nod. You don't need to thank me. The Bai family stands tall. They never disappoint. General Bai and his son gave everything for this country. They deserve a good ending. And Mochi's fate turns around too. Once Blaine is out of earshot, she tugs my sleeve and whispers, Lyra, Blaine is actually not as annoying as he used to be. He's kind of handsome when you look at him. I bite back a smile. Oh, have you fallen for him? No, absolutely not. Stop Stop imagining things. Jade is no longer running himself into the ground. He carves out plenty of time to be with me. When it comes to the grain sabotage that my mother once overheard about, he can see I do not want to explain it, so he never pushes. He just finds more and more excuses to stay close to me. Jade is thorough about everything. I complain that the osmanthus cake from the Shu family is overpriced, but no one else can replicate the flavor. So he pulls up every recipe he can find, lists out dozens of ratio variations, and tests them one by one. Watching him with that intense furrowed brow, you would think he was conducting research. When I tease him about it, he always says with complete sincerity, "What my wife loves is the most important thing in the world. Try this one, how does it taste?" I take a bite of the osmanthus cake he holds out to me. My eyes light up. This one is really good. I love it. See? He nods quickly, clearly relieved because I was genuinely afraid he would keep experimenting until I ate myself sick. He feeds me the piece himself, then smiles with quiet satisfaction. My wife is done eating. Now it's my turn. Jeju, I cannot believe you just did that. It is the middle of the day. It's fine. Pull the bed curtain. Who's going to see?